Okay, so I've got this Cyber Twin half stack Fender 412 cabinet here. I got it. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. It needs a little bit of TLC. It was a little dirty in the back. You can see that tolex is a bit torn up on it. I'm gonna show you how to fix that. Somebody put the handle on upside down. I'm gonna flip that over. This side is how the handles are supposed to look right here. See that? That's how they're supposed to be mounted on there. And generally speaking, just needs a piece of love. So, okay. Also, I noticed they got these little tabs here that you grab on the bottom, little cloth tabs, that, like a loop that you pull on. And this one's ripped off. So, if you try to grab a pair of pliers, you can try to grab it with a pair of pliers and open it up. But it's just ripping more. So, take a very thin screwdriver and somewhere up underneath where. And be careful not to pry against the tolex. Okay, you don't want to pry against it. You just want to push down on the grill a little bit, get it between there, and then let me show you. Whoops. Okay. So just get between there a little bit, and you're not prying. You're just pushing down and pulling out. See, I'm not really going against the tolex. I'm just kind of holding on to it with the screwdriver. That's very important because you can. This is what happens. I'll show you. Somebody tried prying right here, probably. So you got a little mark on the tolex, a dent in the wood from somebody prying against it. Anyways, screens are velcroed in. They're not velcroed in on all amps. Like Marshalls are not. Marshalls are stapled. The grill cloths are stapled in, but the Fenders and amp pegs, they have the velcroed in grill cloth with tabs on it. So you can see it's just dusty and while you have this off, be careful. Just make sure all the cones are good and not ripped anywhere, and the dust covers. Make sure they're not loose at all. There you go. And I always like to take a big screwdriver and get in here. This is a number 3 screwdriver, by the way. Get in here and just put my glasses on. Getting too old to see these little screws. Anyways, get in there and just give it a pretty firm. You don't want to strip it out, but just by hand. Just make sure they're nice and snug, like by pretty tight, because see, that one's pretty loose. You don't want to have any speaker rattle just from the actual speaker sitting in the box. So make sure they're all pretty tight. I've had to tighten up screws like this right from the manufacturer, so don't feel bad. Don't think you're doing something wrong, because you're not. It's just that they're loose sometimes. Okay. Be careful not to poke the speakers. Okay, next thing. Okay, and before I get it all cleaned up, I'm going to do a little repair here. I've got my wife's hot glue gun. It was $3.99 at a craft store. Or you can go to Amazon and have it shipped right to your door. Anyways, up in here, I'll get you a little closer so you can see. See, it's got a little bit of stuff peeling down here. Well, it's real easy to fix. You just want to take it and it's almost want to stay on its own, but it'll come back down again. And although you probably won't see it, will be likely to see it through the grill cloth unless you're on stage with lights on it. Then you'll see it. But I definitely don't want to take any chances, so I'm just taking it and I guess I better make sure my power strip is turned on, right? And perfect. Okay, well, while that's heating up, I'll do something else. I guess the power strip wasn't flipped on, of course. Lovely. So, I know what I can do. We will flip this handle around. So, let me move your camera back here again. since it's upside down, take it off. Now this handle has a couple little cracks in it from being over tightened, it looks like. So somebody took it off and they put it back on, and when you put it back on, they over tightened it and it cracked. That's from over tightening. So this thing's just made of plastic. You know, you don't want to like crank it down. You just want to snug it, and you can also, big chunks will come out like that. So just be careful if you're taking it off. Put it back on with care, and just hand tight. Don't use the screw down unless you know exactly when to stop it. Okay, so while I'm doing this, you can buy these handles, you know, off Amazon, eBay, type thing. They're just like standard. Depending on the case company has them too. The last time I looked, I think they were about $15, but don't hold me to that because I'm not sure. And I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to put a new one on this one. I'm just going to examine it, make sure it's not going to come apart when I'm lifting the cabinet. Yeah, even though it's cracked, it'll be okay. Okay, great. There you go. And then, and since my hot glue is warmed up now, I'm actually just going to put a little bit on the back side here, just a tiny bit in the cracks, just to kind of hold this thing together. You can use super glue also if you like, but since I got hot glue handy, it's just so that it keeps the crack from expanding further. That'll kind of help it out a little bit. Now before I put this back on, I'm just going to, whether I was using crazy glue or hot glue, I'm just going to wait a couple seconds, put it on. While I'm waiting, I can just examine the rest of the area. Get a little wipe off here. There we go. Okay, then it's back on. So, and the metal handle here. It probably could use a little painting there. So I'm going to take a little pause and paint that real quick. Just some black shiny spray paint, gloss. Okay, we're going to pretend that I painted that because I'm apparently out of shiny gloss black spray paint, so no big deal. Do it later on. And then just line the screw holes up, put it back together. I'm going to use this is a low powered drill compared to this, and it screws in slower, and I'm going to stop right before the end before it cranks down on it. Last one's a bit stripped out, but it's not going to be a big worry. I'll just take a number 2 screwdriver. Number 2 screwdriver, smaller tip, Phillips, as opposed to the bigger one. And just gently snug them down. You don't need to crank them down, just so that they're not going to back themselves out. And you don't want to crank, because when you crank it, that's when the plastic breaks. No idea why whoever flipped that one over flipped it over, but it's fine. And then I'm going to take the input off the top of this next part, just so I can rest my arm on top of the cabinet. Okay, now we're going to do the some fix up tolex here. Okay, so for this next part here, I want to point out, so you need a hot glue gun, and then you're going to need like a little flat blade screwdriver, or like a little putty knife, or something thin and flat to press the seam, and a towel. And the towel, you want to make sure that it's black, because you're going to be dealing with glue and wiping some glue, and you don't want any white fuzzies off of a towel or other color fuzzies to get, to show up on your tolex. So if you use a black towel, it won't show up. Okay, and on the towel, this is a hand towel size black towel. I usually put some water on about like 15 or 20% of it, just one of the corners. So if I need a little moisture, I can use that to help me do it. Then you just make sure the surface is clean, and examine it, and press down just visually first so you can see kind of where it's going. There we go. And then just take the glue and put it, don't go all the way, just to start it halfway, like here and here. Okay. And then once you get that on, just continue down to the very end. And it is going to squeeze out. So that's what you want to do, is take it and start from down here and just press it over. You got to go kind of fast and just line it up. And then you just use this as your guide and making it flat tool. This is where I need a little bit of moisture. Use your fingernail to press it to seam together too. And then scrape off the excess glue. I use my fingernail, but you can use like a little plastic putty knife or something of the sort. It dries pretty fast, or like cools off pretty fast, so you're in business right away. And I'm just scraping off some excess glue with my fingernail along the seams. Just take it and kind of help work it into place. Okay. It looks like it's peeling a little bit on the bottom too. So I might have to put just a touch more there. But that's the basic idea behind it right there. And then once you get the excess glue scraped off, and then you take your wet rag, and you notice I'm always pushing that way, so don't peel it back all the way. I'm not pressing very hard, I'm just kind of rubbing lightly. Okay, and then let that dry just a little bit. It was just the water that I was using. And while it's drying, I'm going to show you one other thing. Just a second. So, because hot glue is clear or white, this is clear hot glue, I'm just taking a black Sharpie and I'm just not going to really color it. I'm just going to dab along the glue. Just dabbing along the glue. Add some black color back in. You can go a little bit longer like this if you need to, but the dab is most gentle. Make sure you have a good Sharpie that's lots of ink in it. There you go. Once you get that on there, you can take your wet rag again and just kind of blend it in. Just blend it in a little bit. we go. Make sure it's clean around it. And then, once that area is dry, so here's the area. Once the area is dry, then you're going to take some Armor All, squirt on there, take the dry part of the rag, and gently just rub it in. Because at the end, we're going to clean the whole cabinet with Armor all the tolex, the whole thing. Not on the speakers though, not on the grill, just the tolex. So, anyways, that's what it looks like. You can see it while it's wet, but as it dries, it's not going to be so noticeable. And that looks a lot better than big old scraped ones. So that's how you do the tolex like that. Okay, and you can even do the seams here too. To do the seams, just take your little screwdriver and just gently first clean it so there's not all the old glue on it. Gently just pry it open a little bit. Stick your gun in there. Just glue it up a little bit. Okay. Once again, put that shit down. There we go. Be careful, sometimes the glue can be really hot. There you go, so it's the same procedure. Just make that happen wherever there's tolex lifting up that. Okay, and then I'll show you the next part. When you're cleaning, don't wipe out the speakers. If they're dusty, just blow them off. That's it. Don't try to wipe them. If there's some crap on it, I mean, with just a light touch of a finger, go along and get it off. Or maybe a dry paintbrush to brush off some of the dust, but don't poke any holes in it. And with wet rag, not on the speakers, just around them, just clean the dust off like that. Because you don't want any more. This is just paper. Okay, so you put water with paper, it just disintegrates the speakers. Very bad. So that's the next step there. Okay, now that I'm back here, I can finish this one little touch-up piece right here. Now that my glue is hot. Okay, there we go. Good. Good as used. Alright. I meant new. Just kidding. Just have a piece peeling up here, so I'll do the same thing. Okay. And then, in your grill cloth, for this part you want to use not the black towel, but use another color that's close to this, silver, gray, white. I'm going to use the blue one just because I'm going to go easy on it. And if it's anywhere there's some stains, I'll show you what you want to use to get the stains off. Resolve. Check it out. It's great. Now, this is the pet version of it, which is kind of, I don't know if that makes a difference with the grill cloth or not, but I happen to have pets, so I got two birds in stone here, so to speak. Before you put it on the main part of the grill cloth, you flip your grill cloth over, and then on the back part, just in a very small section, away from the speakers, get the speakers out of the way so you don't get them wet, just squirt a little bit of on one section. Read the directions on the back, see how it works, and then just press it in like this and clean it and see how it's going to look, how it's going to affect your grill cloth before you do the whole thing, because you don't want to get something all patchy looking or and mess it up. So do it on the back side. Okay, so this is good, so I'm going to be safe to do it on the front. Okay, and then just take it, and I would do it in little sections. And just do the whole grill like that. Kind of just patting and rubbing just slightly. So you don't want to get all the little things picked up, you know. Okay. And then on the next step. Okay, I just want to show you. I did a strip of cleaning right here with the Resolve. Just want to see if you can see the difference. Speaking of pets, there's my pet barking. But you can see how it looks nice and clean. That's what you're going for. So I'm just doing sections and strips like that. I'll continue on. Okay, now I just do the whole grill cloth. So there's the whole grill cloth cleaned with Resolve. Plus it smells nice too. Let's see one little spot here. I guess that's got most of it out, but one little spot I can live with compared to all the brown that it was. So it looks practically new. Okay, the last part, a little bit here. There was a piece of the tolex was missing on the back, so can't replace it. But you can see how nice the other part came out here. The tolex. Got the handle flipped over. The grill looks like brand new now. And then the last part, this caster at the bottom feel a little weird, so sure enough, there's not even anything in there, really. Just not good. Ernie Ball sells casters. Let's see if they just fit in. They include a sockets. Let's just see if they fit in there. No, the sockets are bad actually. So it's okay. What I do is just swap these out, take them off, like so. Screwdriver, pry it up a little bit. And just take it out. There's the old one. We'll just put the new one in there. And let's see. The new ones have screws that are quite a bit bigger and heavier. I'll show you. This is the old screw. And this is the new screw. I'm going to go with the new screws because I'll make sure it's nice and heavy duty, ready to go. Oh yeah, it feels better. There we go. And the new caster. Set down here. There's the old one. There's the new one. Nice. I wonder if the old one fits in there nice. No, the old one doesn't fit in there at all. There we go. Much better. I'm just going to change these four. And that's my revamp of this Fender cabinet. Hope it helped you out. Okay, so I got all the one trimmed up, clean up what I can. And then for the kinds that are actually missing the tolex like this, you can get a Sharpie or a big Sharpie and just color it in. That way it's not so noticeable, because wood with black on it is less noticeable than wood tone. You'll see in a second what I'm talking about. Not ideal. I'll show you this one. You can always get a little piece of tolex off eBay or something and patch it, but depending on what you're going to do with the cabinet and how much work you want to put into it. just having it colored in is a lot less noticeable. You can still notice it, but overall it's better than it was. Here's what the finished product looks like now. A nicer 4 new casters, clean grill. Put my Cyber Twin head on top of it. Handles are both facing the right direction now. Tolex doesn't look as bad as it did a few minutes ago. I also wiped it off with Armor All. Spray the Armor All right on the Tolex. And you can go back to the beginning of the video and check out what it did look like before I started this. So, anyways, that's it. Hope that helped you out.